Good morning. Are you Sebastian Cepeda?
Yes, ma'am.
And will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
He does, Judge.
Mr. Cepeda, in cause number 25 DCCR 0310, you're charged with the state jail felony offense of theft from a person, and that's from February 5th of 2025. And how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty, ma'am.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty because you did what they charged you with?
Yes, ma'am.
I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you sign these, you go over them with Mr. Lewis.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them?
Yes.
And do you understand if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes.
And it looks like the agreement that you've reached is for a 5-year deferred probation. There would be a $500 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you also understand if you're not a U.S. citizen that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law?
Yes, ma'am.
State tenders number 1.
No objection, Judge.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Cepeda is not competent?
No, Judge, there is to competency, but I was made aware after speaking with his mother that there is some mental health issues where he has not done his medication.
Okay,
So as far as any.
we'll make sure to make that part of probation. Okay. Is there any restitution?
Judge, we sent our standard, the short answer is no. We got our standard restitution letter and we did not receive a response back.
Okay. Any reason not to waive the pre-sentence report? Do you anticipate that there would be based on the facts? Let me look at this.
Well, Judge, the allegations are that this defendant was in the process of a theft from a vape store, and in the process he pulled the clerk. Yeah, it's not that egregious.
I'm just saying, but they didn't, nothing was actually taken, so there wouldn't be
There would be
restitution. So no reason, no history to speak of that I need to be
just some
concerned about.
juvenile history, Judge. He does have a couple of pending cases in Refugio County, but as far as I know, they haven't been adjudicated.
Okay. And then, Mr. Cepeda, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of your plea. I'm going to waive the pre-sentence report. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, at this time, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings and place you on probation for 5 years. You're ordered to pay the $500 fine and to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. That's going to include following any treatment and recommendations for any type of mental health issues that you have. If that means going to Spinal Tap or a doctor or wherever you live, something similar to that. If they recommend that there's medication you're supposed to be on, then you will be required to take that now as a condition of probation. Follow through with any counseling and all of that so that you'll be successful on probation. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
It looks like it's trying, but it's. I'm going to hand you in just a minute the trial court certification that shows this was an agreement that I followed, and so you've waived your right to appeal. Probation will talk to you today before you leave the courtroom and give you some documents so that you know when you're released that to go straight to the probation department so they can get you started and everything you need. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. Here's that. Oops, sorry.
In this courtroom hearing, the defendant, Sebastian Cepeda, pleads guilty to a state jail felony charge of theft from a person related to an incident on February the 5th, 2025, confirming to the judge that his plea is made freely and voluntarily and that he understands the consequences, including waiving his right to appeal under a plea agreement. The court reviews signed documents, admits evidence without objection, and notes there is no restitution owed, while also acknowledging concerns about the defendant's mental health and lack of medication, which will be addressed as part of probation conditions. After determining that the defendant is competent and understands the proceedings, the judge accepts the plea, waives the pre-sentence report, and follows the agreement by sentencing him to 5 years of deferred probation, a $500 fine, and mandatory compliance with all probation rules, including mental health treatment and any prescribed medication, emphasizing that he must report to probation immediately after release and comply fully to avoid further consequences.